Hello. Today we'll be looking at how to set quotas or set balances on different objects within Print Manager Plus. Whether you're running Active Directory, LDAP, or you're just on a regular work group, this is how you would set a quota using Print Manager Plus on your user objects or groups or organizational units. Okay. So let's start with groups and organizational units. You can only set a quota either on groups or organizational units, but not both. In this case, we're going to set a quota on an organizational unit. To do this, first you would select the membership wizard. Here is where you would select a group or organizational unit and how you would like to set up your initial balance and update source. In this case, as we're setting on an organizational unit, you do get this checkbox, obtain starting balances from group when user is not a member of any organizational unit. We'll click next. The next piece of this wizard, which is your primary group, and this shows you users are often a member of many groups. These settings assist in determining a single group to designate as primary. It will be used to determine the following: your primary group for reporting, source for group-based rules and restrictions, deduction of group budgets. Because we're setting the quota by an organizational unit, and when a user prints, we'll determine what groups they're part of and also what organizational units they're part of. As we look here, you can adjust the groups, and this will give you reporting that you will need in your report center, which we'll go over a little later. And you can set the groups by a priority, a highest balance, lowest balance, or the primary group, and this is for reporting purposes. So in this case, we'll select priority. Now we get to refresh options. And we're going to automatically refresh user information. How to do this? You have two ways. You can reset. Balances are set to the starting amount of their new membership. Or you can keep. Balances are not changed. In this case, we'll select reset. As users begin to print, the first time they print, they'll be assigned this quota. So, you have two other options here. Consider disable users as deleted and automatically orphan them. This is a good checkbox to have on. As we go through Active Directory continuously in the background, we'll determine if users have been disabled or have moved between groups and OUs. Another checkbox is invalidate all memberships and reevaluate initial balances for all users. This can be turned on, but in this case we won't need to, as the first time somebody prints, they'll be assigned a value or a balance. And we'll click finish. Now that's done, we can actually go into an OU and we can select, double click an OU here. And here you have quotas. Currently, all users in this organizational unit are set to unlimited. You can turn that off here. You have an option, apply unlimited option, change to users now, or leave member balances as is. In this case, we're turning it off. Now we can go in and set a quota. In this case, we'll say $10 for each user. And then we can set this quota to what they'll be charged. As I already had $10 in here before, that's what it is still now. Okay. You have a quota update schedule. These schedules, you can set as many as you'd like. In this case, we'll set a new one. You can schedule quota updates for this primary balance. You can increase the balance by, reset the balance by, and you can have it recurring or just do one time. And you can do it daily, weekly, and monthly. Again, you can set as many of these schedules as you need to. All right, let's go to edit balances. Here you have different types of quotas that you can set. We have the primary, which is your default quota here. And we'll go through the different types of quotas you can do as well after we show you this. So on the primary quota, we'll click Settings and Notifications. You can set Ignore and Allow Negative Balance without any notifications. This is when the user runs out of balance. Or we can turn that off, and then you can say what happens to the print job when the user has insufficient balance to print. Delete it, pause it, allow the print job, hold the print job for web release, or confirm. Users will be prompted to confirm the job through the print client. And you can send them a message and insert job metrics into the message. You can also send an email to the end user as well. You can also set a low balance action. So let's say we set $10, but when the user reaches $2, it reminds them that his balance is getting low. Again, you can insert a message here for their pop-ups and send them an email with that same message if need be. We'll select OK here, select OK here, and select OK again. Now, all the users in this group will be set to a $10 primary balance. So we'll go to Users, and you'll notice this organizational unit. Now the users in it are all set to $10. If we move over here, you can see the organizational unit here, which was students. As a student prints, they'll be deducted from their default profile settings or their printer profile under the Printers tab. Each printer can be set differently. You can use a default cost profile, which you can edit here. You have standard costs and advanced costs with black and white and color costs. You can give discounts for duplex printing, econo discount, and then you can also do cost per page. You can change the area. This is good for large format printing. Charge by length, charge by page size. And you can add or edit the existing page sizes that are already in Print Manager here. All right. Now I'm going to show you different types of quotas. So we'll go back to organizational units. We'll select Students Organizational Unit. We'll go to Edit Balances and click New. This is where you can turn on other quotas. You have a currency quota. You have a simple pages quota. That quota is just showing you the number of pages that the user is printing. And then you have a double quota, color and black and white pages. And you can set separate quotas for black and white and separate quotas for color in the same print job. We're going to stick to currency for now. Now, we have a secondary backup when using paid quotas. As this primary runs out, the user will be switched over to a paid quota. And again, you can set paid quotas manually for the user through our web portal, which we will go over in a different video, and set payment methods for that user to have a paid balance assigned based on cash or credit card or PayPal. Now, you can also individually override quotas that you've set for an OU on individual users by just double-clicking them. Here you'll see their primary balance and you'll see their paid balance. You can assign paid balance through this administrator interface, or you can open our web portal and change balances on the fly using our Balances tab. And as the web portal comes up, we'll log in, we'll click on Balances, and here you can select a user, select paid, you can assign them a paid balance, set balance. And you'll notice the change here. This is great for managers or just people who are acting as a cashier in a lab or library setting. All right, so that's quotas. Quotas can be set on an individual user. They can be set also on a group or an organizational unit. One other thing, on groups and OUs, you can set as many quotas as you'd like. Depending on the users that are in that group, they'll be assigned the quota given. And you can prioritize these groups on which ones would get the quota first or automatically divvy it out. So you can set your priority settings here. So we'll make this number 10. And we'll click OK here. And this will move it up. Obviously, we already have one as number 10, but these can be changed in priority of how you would like to give out quotas to those users specified in these groups. All right. Well, I've showed you how to set a quota, simple page quotas, or even a double black and white and color page quota. Thank you for your time.